So with that said, let's transition to bringing this home and talking about exit strategies or planning, or how, as you come to these realizations, to try to move yourself forward.
Well, as I said, in terms of job and career, I was going in this circle. Like all my jobs were doing basically the same, because everybody has to start somewhere. I started somewhere, so it wasn't for me to stay there. And I understood that, but it was comfortable there. Mm-hmm. Even with the toxic behavior at the workplace, it was comfortable and I was getting a check. So what I had to do is I just had to decide one day, okay, you have to move forward. And so I had to believe in myself that I could do it. With all the obstacles that I had to face, I had to believe in myself and be confident that I can do it. And as long as it took for me to finish school, mm-hmm. As long as it took for me to get those degrees, I had to believe that I could do it. Now, did I get a better job? I'm a teacher, so I don't know. You decide. but the goal was to push myself to complete the goal, to complete what I had set out to do in the beginning, and just felt comfortable enough that I just didn't want to do it anymore. Right. So I had to push myself out of that box. So that was my exit strategy, to become more confident, even in relationships, and even in how I was having a toxic relationship with myself. I had to decide, okay, you're going to have to be brave and confident enough to make that statement. I'm not accepting that anymore from me, or I'm not accepting that first from me, because I teach people how to treat me, in essence. So I have, that's you like that one, didn't you? Mm-hmm. So I have to say, I don't accept that anymore from me.
Right.
Because I was allowing it. I can't blame them. I'm the one allowing it. You're the one allowing it.
That's correct.
So you have to you decide, I'm not taking that anymore for myself, and then work work from myself to other people. And so that's what I had to do. In terms of relationships, and the same thing as far as the relationship with myself. Decide, okay, what do you want to do? Be unhealthy and complain about it, or start doing the work to be healthy, or stop doing both? You can't be on both sides of the fence. So I had to have those conversations.
Yep. So let me jump in real quick, because I want to go back to something you said, talking about when you were asking that question of, I'm a teacher, so is that better or whatever? What I want to say is, your career an important thing in your life? Yes. But don't necessarily let that define you. Don't let that be the box that you get put into as far as what defines who you are, your success in life, or any of that piece. I'm not saying it's not a compliment and it's not important. That is not what I'm saying. But don't let that be the defining factor. And the reason I bring it up too, in your case, Bridgit, is you went back and you were saying, I made this choice. I said, I'm going to go back to school. It took me some time, but I got it done, and it moved me to the place. I look at that and then I say, okay, let's rewind to that point. You make those decisions, you start going down that road. Now you have two organizations that you run above and beyond what you do as an educator, right? So the question is, had you not taken that leap to even go down the road of education for yourself, do you think you'd be at a point now where you'd be running these organizations? So that would even be a thought for you?
Absolutely not. It was a building block. Absolutely not. Like, my mind couldn't even think along those lines. Like my mind couldn't even stretch along those lines, because number one, not saying that everybody is built for college. We know everybody is not. But for me, it built my confidence. Mm-hmm. The knowledge I had built my confidence in other areas, mm-hmm. because and not the knowledge that I learned in school. In college, the knowledge that I learned about myself and what I could do. Mm-hmm. And so I knew that if I could do that, and then I could turn around and go to grad school, I could do that. Then I could turn around and build an organization. I could do that. And then I could do this, and then I could do that. So for me, it wasn't exactly my degree. It was how I obtained the degree. And so as a teacher, I kid and say, well, I'm a teacher, so I don't know if that's, a big career move. But I am more than a teacher, even in the classroom.
But the whole point is, once you set your sights on something, again, making it knee-jerk is probably not the best answer. Definitely take that time to do your due diligence, figure out what is going to be the best strategy for your life, mm-hmm. that's going to make the most sense for you to be able to successfully make that transition, and whatever that looks like for you. So that's a key component, I think, for people to realize is it takes time. Just
Right.
as you said with the school, I got through it. It took some time.
Yeah. You know me, I'm very random. So there are some decisions that I've made right away. Some I regretted and some I did not. But for this particular session, you have to make a plan. You cannot wake up tomorrow and say, okay, I'm just going to focus on me and just cut everybody off. It's probably not going to work well in conversation. Even at your job, I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to put my 2 weeks in because I think I deserve better pay. I think I can do something better. Well, that's not going to work well in terms of your household expenses. We already know that. So yeah, even in the relationship you have with yourself, you're going to do, you're going to gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight. Or you're going to be going through this mental breakdown. Then you're good one day, you're not the next day. And so all of it takes some strategic planning.
Another analogy I often use, and you've heard it 1,000 times from me, is you have to put your oxygen mask on first as they instruct you on the plane before you try to help someone else. And that's the overarching message today about choosing your happiness. So whatever that oxygen is that's coming out of the mask, that's your happiness. That's what we're talking about. That's what you're looking for. You want to figure out how to put yourself in that position so that you're taking care of self first and foremost, because that's really the only way you're going to be of benefit to anyone, whether it's personal careers, jobs, families, whatever else is going on in your life. Focus there first.